Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We join you in progress with 3:21 remaining in the second in the opening day of women's lacrosse here at Indiana Tech. Carson Watkins joining you here tonight. Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties right now. Just fresh off of a Hornets goal, the Warriors lead by 1 with 3:21 remaining in the second. A slow offensive second for the Warriors. Scored 5 in the first, 3 here in the second. And they'll look to get going back here off of the draw. It's in the air, a collision. Couple Warriors taking a spill and eventually ends up in the stick of Hart. Second on the team in draw controls. Now here comes Spooner. Spooner, the engine that makes this Kalamazoo offense run. Little stutter step is going to go back out to Spooner. Looking for the tie. They go around the cage. Kicked here in the corner, goes wide, giving chase, and it was still remains with the Hornets. Hornets coming into tonight after a 5-12 season last year. These teams facing off for the first time since 2020. Indiana Tech holding a 2-1 all-time lead over the Hornets. They've had 3 straight games from 18 to 20. Have not played since, but they're back here on a windy February day here in the Summit City. Winds 15 miles per hour out of the northeast, causing some havoc as that one slips through. Another goal for Spooner. She knots the game back up for the Hornets. And the Tech having a little meeting. Stick taps for Spooner as now we'll get ready to go with 1:45 here to go in the second. Spooner will go in for the draw. Ball is in the air and it will wind up in the stick of Reg Stutz. And now here comes the Warriors looking to take the lead back with 1:35 to go. About a 12-second differential, game and shot. Twirling around, the pass eventually gets off here to Burr. Brooke Burr carrying it for quite some time, cuts it in. Farrell tries to slip it through and it'll be turned over. And here comes the Hornets. A minute, 5 seconds to go here in the second. To take the lead for the first time today. Cutting in here. It's Hitchcock. And they score again. Hornets back in front. With 52 seconds to go. Here in the first half. Spooner picks up another one. The leading goal scorer on this team has a career high of 6 goals in a single game. and puts the Hornets back in front. Hornets coming to us via Division III in the NCAA. Obviously, the Warriors, a NAIA program. Ball goes flying through the air, and it will be a penalty. Foul on the Warriors gives the ball back to the Hornets. They can expand their lead here with 37 seconds to go. Driving in is Spooner, and it looks like she was fouled. 20 seconds to go here in the second. And she'll go in for a shot. Throwing it in, that one gets around, it's another goal! This time it's Spooner with the assist. Trying to see who officially got credited with the goal. We'll hear from public address here in a moment. 18 seconds to go in the second. Kalamazoo now with a 2-goal lead with 18 seconds to go.
Kalamazoo goal for number 5, Hannah Heron, assisted by number 20, Ella Spooner.
Hannah Heron. The other offensive engine for the Hornets. They connect on that one. An all-conference honorable mention last season. Leads teams also in points total in draw controls, and a draw control would be huge here for the Warriors. They have 15 seconds to make something happen, giving a ball chase, and here comes the Warriors. 10 seconds to go. Streaking down the field. Going around, it's turned over. That's the buzzer, and a huge second for the Hornets gets them the lead. We'll step aside. This is Indiana Tech Women's Lacrosse, presented by SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities taught online by experienced faculty who care. Learn more at one of the new Indiana Tech enrollment centers in Naperville or Wilmette.
I can turn this in early? Sure, whenever you're ready.
Embrace the unexpected at Indiana Tech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that There aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2, and he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Kalamazoo and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at Super Value Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that Other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
I think it's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The two things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets, and also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always.
Welcome back to the Warrior Athletic Center here on the campus of Indiana Tech. We'll get ready for the second half of action here in the first game of the year for the women's lacrosse program. A good season last year, a 10-5 record, including a 7-1 at home on the season. Once again, the Hornets have The ball in the corner. Gonna get moved around the perimeter here. Little spin move for Spooner. And they go behind the cage. Gonna get kicked over to the freshman Tessa Fuller, who sends it over to Mackay. Kai, a great defender, second on the team in caused turnovers. Running towards the net, gonna back up, give it up Spooner. Spooner on the spin move, 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Kicked in, that one rattles off the ground and goes in. Tessa Fuller, the freshman, finds the back of the net.
Kalamazoo goal scored by number 13, Tessa Fuller. Assisted by number 18, Jordan Doyle.
Taking a look right now, Spooner has 5 goals so far. Fuller with 3 for the freshman in her first action, and Huron has 2, along with 1 from Buzoven. Now here comes the Warriors. They're going to really need to start home cooking. They are struggling to find the back of the cage right now. Burr goes all the way around the net, passes it in. It's going to go on the ground off of the stick of Donnelly, and the Warriors end back up with it. It's Farrell. And another turnover caused. Goes a little bit too hard for Spooner. In the ground, giving chase. The ball on the ground, Spooner picks it up and passes it off of the stick of Doyle. And here comes Doyle streaking out the field with the ball. Huron back over Spooner, and a slow possession for the Hornets, trying to protect their lead on the road. Last season they were 3-6 on the road, 5-12 overall, looking to start this season with a huge road win over the Warriors. Indiana Tech falling last season in the second round of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference to the dreaded Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, one of the best women's lacrosse programs in the NAIA, constantly ranked towards the top 5. Michelle Farrell with 3 goals leading the team, and then a whole host of 1-goal scorers right now for the Warriors. Like I said, they're just really going to have to start cooking. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Going in. That one finds the back of the net as time expires on the shot clock. And that's a 6 straight goals for the Hornets. The Warriors meeting up right now at right around the goaltender.
Kalamazoo goal scored by number 5, Hannah Huron. Assisted by number 7, Mary Greenack.
Sydney Obafor getting the start today. 6-5 last season. Had 114 total saves. And the draw will favor the Hornets. And once again, it's Spooner. Spooner, a specialist on the draws. Moved around. This one goes down low, and it will be blocked away by Obafor, and it will be Warrior ball. Egg chase here eventually comes into the stick of the Warriors. A passionate Warriors student section braving the cold temperatures today to cheer on their team. Only a handful of opportunities to see this group. Obviously, a lot of games being played in warmer climate as a flag on the play. And it will be a penalty shot here for the Warriors. Chucking it right away, goes wide as it was poked away off of the stick of Kins, but she gets it back. Moves it in. This is Gilmore who drives in. Whistle sounds. The save was made anyways. Looks like we're going to get another opportunity for a penalty shot for the Warriors. It's going to be taken by Reg Stutter. She had 6 goals last season and 6 starts. Officials going to discuss. 9:20 to go here in the third. This one goes down low, and it's saved in the air, rattles around. A second save made there by Balcom, the freshman getting some time in the cage today, her first collegiate game. And now it's Spooner. Warriors offense has gone stale, and another stoppage of play. And now it's Spooner. On the ground, and it will be eventually end back up with the Hornets get a cut in. That one will be saved. Plucked out of the air by Obafor. She takes it. It will be picked up after a little bit of struggle. The freshman Farvel has it. Streaking down the field, and she gets it back. Farvel kicks it over. Driving in. The pass made behind the net, and the handkerchief is out. And it will be another penalty on the Hornets. Struggling on these free shots today are the Warriors, but they have an opportunity here and a 6-0 goal run. As Mackenzie Newhall will go and take a seat, giving an advantage for the Warriors. Waiting for the official signal. It's going to be Hanlon taking it. Hanlon chucks it in, and it sneaks past the goalie. And the Warriors find the back of the cage once more. Lauren Hanlon, the freshman, finding the back of the net. Certainly a special day. Some of these players playing in their first ever collegiate games. And it's in the air, and now here comes once more. On the ground, picked up, and it will be back with the Warriors. They're looking to come back in this game. They're down 3. Moved around, wide open look, but closed in deeply. Trying to go around the cage, looking for something. One-timer, it's saved. Plucked out of the air by Bokma. And just saved there by Heron. And now it's the Hornets with the egg again. Here comes kind of stoppage in play. Lauren Hanlon. Kozel gets the one over to Hartle. Oh, before it came out of the cage, and now here the Hornets looking to get back on the board. Turn around, Grelak has it. Go back out Hartle. Moved in, that one finds the back of the net. It's another goal for Fuller. Looks like that'll be a timeout for the Warriors. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on SunCitySports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there's so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk a bunch of the trails here locally. There's great restaurants. There's always something fun to do. You can never be bored here in Fort Wayne.
The school spirit at Indiana Tech is epic. It's everything. We had our first annual hockey game not too long ago. Everybody showed up, face paint, cowbells, Trojan hats, lawn gnomes. It was amazing. It makes it so worthwhile to be a Warrior. Go Warriors.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Welcome back. Here in the third on a windy night here in the Summit City as the sun sets on a February night. Wind has picked up considerably. Apologies, sometimes you may hear that in my headset when a little bit more powerful than my voice. Nonetheless, we'll fight through here tonight. Drive to the lane. That one goes top shelf. Donnelly, 41 goals last year. She tallies one at on the top shelf there. Pump it up, a welcome sight for the Warrior fans who've braved the cold to be out here today. Now here comes the Warriors again. 5:28 to go here in the third. They'll look to stage a comeback. They've only 3 goals in the second for the Warriors, 7 for the Hornets, and it's a turnover caused. Knocked out of the stick. A Hepburn, and now here they come. Once again, under 5 to go in the third, picked up by the Warriors. Gives it up. It's off the stick of Hanlon and winds back up with the Hornets temporarily, but Hanlon was giving chase. And the through the lane, this one goes down low. It's another goal for the Warriors, and they're back in it. Donnelly picks up another one. Donnelly, a wrecking crew for the Warriors. poked away. Now it's going to be back with the Hornets. They have a 2-point lead. That's going to get over to Grelak. Grelak taking it herself, goes into the goal area, and now a pass behind the net for the Hornets. Over to Kozel. Move back out. And gives it back up to Kozel. Kicked out, making a spin move is Grelak, and she can't find an open lane to take the shot. 30 seconds to go on the shot clock. Goes behind the cage for Tessa Fuller, having a good first game of her career, collegiate career. Going around the net, spin cycle, leaving her open. It goes down low and rattles in. That is Jordan Doyle. Once again, putting the Hornets. Hornets are now up 3 again. That's Doyle's first of the season, first tonight, obviously. And now it's time for a draw. 2:51 to go. Ball goes soaring through the air and winds back up with the Hornets once more. Hornets controlling the draws tonight. Turned over, intercepted out of mid-air by the Warriors. Moving it back around. This one a little too high, but finds the stick of Gallinini anyways. And picked up. Move back out now. Going all the way down the field, and it winds back up in the stick of Doyle. Driving in, a little spin move for Spooner, and she decides to dump it off, and a turnover caused by the Warriors. Moves up the field for Kylie Kins. Kins takes it herself and has numbers. Dishes it off last second, throws it in. That one will be stopped just before the goal line. What a save there from Balkema. The shot was attempted there. Hanlon looking for another goal on the evening. But a 12-second differential game in shot. Shot clock is off with 30 seconds to go. This one rattles off the post. The goalie's best friend. And it's going to be wind up in with the Hornets once more. They have 20 seconds to make something happen. It's Fuller. Gets it knocked away. Running out of time. A turnover. Here is going to go on an egg chase. Newhall ends up with it. Newhall chucks it down the field, but not before the buzzer can sound. That's the end of the third. And we'll step aside. One more quarter to go here on SummitCitySports.com.
I think it's really important for freshmen to realize you get out of college what you put into it. If you dedicate yourself to your classes and to your projects and to what you're doing in college, you're going to have a really great experience here.
I wish someone would have told me my freshman year that it's important to prioritize, knowing what's important, what's not important, knowing what I need to do opposed to what I want to do.
The two things that I think all freshmen should know is buy a parking permit so you don't rack up a bunch of fines and tickets, and also make sure you go to class, because it seems like a good idea when you're skipping, but then it's not worth it in the end when you fail the test or don't turn in homework.
As an international student, my advice for the freshmen is to not be afraid to make friends, because your friends here will end up being your family away from home.
Anything that you want to do, anything that you want to put on, anything that you want to showcase on campus, you can. There's always people around to help you do what you want to do here.
Make sure that you always take time for yourself to make sure that you're okay, because college can be very overwhelming as far as like schoolwork and friends and sports and just like everyday life. Always just make sure that you get what you need to get done.
It's important to have a relationship with your professors, because you become more personable with them. You start to engage in the material more. They can give you recommendations, especially once you get out of college. You definitely want to put them down as like references, and if you have a better personal relationship, it just makes the whole learning experience go smoothly.
Kat Hoff coming in, taking a few warm-up shots here with 20 seconds to go here in the third intermission. The freshman looking for her first game action. Sometimes these pre-conference games, a litmus test to see who's ready. We see starting lineups fluctuate a little bit. For the Warriors, we won't see them for quite some time till March 2nd. They will be on the road in Georgetown, Kentucky to play the Georgetown College Tigers. That game is on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, they face the number 1 ranked Blue Devils just outside of Detroit. And then back home against a 7th ranked Missouri Baptist University team. And then another home game the following Wednesday night against Ottawa, another receiving votes team. And then the hits keep on coming. They're heading back to Kentucky to play the Patriots of the University of the Cumberlands. They're ranked number 5. And they'll be on the road at Calvin before coming back home on a Sunday to play Kaiser University. Then they'll be at Concordia and at Bethel. Then a 4-game homestand. Senior Day, Saturday, March 30th. They will be playing Marion, Rochester, Aquinas, and Siena Heights before finishing the season off at Madonna. Driving to the lane, that one takes an awkward bounce. preseason coaches poll has the Warriors a projected third place team in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference this season, with the odds-on favorite being the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Driving in now, that one goes in a little bit wide. Marion projected to finish in second. Aquinas, all those teams looking for the home WAC tournament game. Driving in, that one hits the top of the stick of Balkma, the freshman having a good first collegiate game in net. Warriors get it back with 13:04 to go in this one. Little one-timer goes to the stick. And the Warriors find another goal. Noel Ricky getting the goal there. She had 10 goals and 9 assists last year as a freshman. And now the Warriors within 2. They only lost 1 home game last season. They'll look to come back. They were outscored 7-3 in the second. So Florida Spooner still with 5 goals. Held a little bit quiet in the third after a dominant first half. Only 1 goal away from tying her career high. 4 goals for the freshman Fuller. And Farrell and Donnelly leading the way right now for the Warriors with 3 goals apiece. Warriors looking to get back in it. Spooner going for her tie career high, and she can't do it there as it's saved. And turn right back over, going the other way. That one will sneak past the stick of Hoff. As Eden Shutterstein gets it to go.
Kalamazoo goal scored by number 5, Hannah Ewing.
That was Hannah Hoffred, my apologies. Team leader in points. Couldn't quite see her number there. The lighting not the best tonight. Gray skies. Now 12:04 to go. It's once again a 3-goal deficit for the Warriors, a place where it seems like they've been quite a bit. And now here comes, once again, the Hornets. Little ball chase here, is having trouble getting scooped up. Fuller eventually comes up with it. And now going to be moved around the perimeter. Move back out. It's going to go over to Mackay. Kai, a defensive specialist, second on the team in caused turnovers. 10:55 to go. And it will be Hoff who gets it, pushes it back out, and now here comes the Warriors the other way. Will cut in there in a collision, and it will be, appears to be a penalty shot for the Warriors. Going to be taken by Brooke Burr. Burr with 23 goals and 20 assists last season. Tries to drive in, goes under the stick, and once again it is the Warriors within 2. Burr also causing 22 turnovers last season and gets a big goal there. Draw is in the air, and it ends up with the Hornets, and it's Spooner. Alice Spooner going through, kicks it out, and it will be a caused turnover. Lauren Hanlon with it. Hanlon comes barreling the other way, and the pass is off. Goes over Farrell. Farrell finds the bottom of the net. It is now the Warriors within 1. 10:04 to go, and the Warriors have come back into this one. Warriors within 1 as an important draw here. The Warriors have struggled on draws tonight, but have played some good defense. Now the tide is turning against the Hornets. Ball in the air, and it will be won by almost by the Hornets, but it's poked away. Winds up the Hornets after a little bit of moved around the cage. Going to be a whistle sounds as there is an injury on the field. They're going to bring out the medical training staff, and we'll step aside. It's 9:26 to go. Hornets up 1 on the Warriors.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to say yes to a college degree while keeping your life. Indiana Tech is now offering Chicago area students undergraduate and graduate degree opportunities.
Welcome back. To a little bit of trouble there. She was able to walk off on her own power, but was in pain, so wishing her the best. Couldn't quite get an ID on who it was. On the perimeter, and it'll be a timeout, and the foul is on the Warriors. So a huge shot here. Driving in, that one goes low and stopped. Kat Hoff keeps it steady for the Warriors. Warriors looking to tie the game. Can do so with a big possession. 55 seconds to go here on the shot clock. Kicked on the ground and winds back up with the Warriors right for the net. Goes top shelf and paid the price. Lauren Hanlon on the ground after scoring. We are tied, but that's not important at the moment. We'll step aside. Once again, the Warriors tie it off the stick of Lauren Hanlon, but she is down.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
From the first day, I felt very welcome at Indiana Tech.
I just really enjoy the classes and the vibe I get from all the other athletes and just the students here. Everybody's cool and everybody gets along really well.
I'm currently a senior, and since my freshman year, student life activities have really grown throughout campus, and there are so many ways that you can meet new people. You can go bowling, you can watch movies, and it's just really important to get involved on campus.
We have intramurals, anything from billiards to basketball. It's made student life very enjoyable.
I love Fort Wayne because there's always something going on, like festivals. I walk up.
Welcome back. Lauren Hanlon able to get up. Just a little bit of pain for the moment. She is running back on the field now. The Hornets electing to take a timeout with 7:46 to go here as their 3-goal lead has vanquished, and we're knotted up at 15. Ball is in the air, and it winds back up. Big opportunity here for the Hornets. And kicked around the net. Behind the cage is the Hornets. 7:17 to go now. Looked over a slow second half. For Spooner, but could match her career high, but will not count anyways because it will be a foul called on the Hornets, and now the student section really getting into it. Some of the men's players also making their way to the field, showing their support for the Warriors right now. Moved in, it's turned over. A huge turnover there for Donnelly. And it's almost turned over. The Hornets do almost end up with a Hamlin giving chase and can't do it. It has to stay on the other side of the orange line. On the ground, giving chase now. And now it's kicked around the perimeter. Moved down low, tripped up, and once again it's another knee injury, it looks like, for the Warriors. They're going to stop play. This turf can be incredibly unforgiving. The medical training staff will be called to the field, and once again we'll step aside. 5:22 to go. We're knotted up at 15.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I decided if I was going to come to Indiana Tech, I was going to be a different kind of instructor. I was really going to focus on connecting with students, teaching the students the theory that they needed, and also the practical applications.
Very practically, what that looks like is smaller class sizes. So my class sizes are the 8 to 10 up to maybe 20. And that's backed up with, we have 18 hours of office hours every week. I'm sitting in my office waiting for students to come in to talk about anything. It doesn't just have to be.
Welcome back. A little bit of assistance needed. Obviously our best with all the players who have been helped off the field tonight. Never want to see that, but nonetheless, there's 5:20 to go, and we're knotted up at 15. Carson Watkins joining you here tonight from Warrior Field on the campus of Indiana Tech University. Almost lost, but kept alive there by Burr. Burr has it. Taking a little bit of contact and backs out. Kicks over Hanlon. Hanlon went down earlier, and it's a foul call. So now it's Hanlon with the opportunity to take the lead. Hanlon gets the whistle. Hanlon misses the shot. It goes wide. Warrior ball regardless. Under 4:30 to go. A little cut. It's in the back of the net! Faith Donnelly puts the Warriors up. Pump it up indeed. Hanlon going to take a seat in favor of Kaylee Colby. Ball is in the air and it winds up with the Warriors. Warriors have an opportunity to make this a multiple goal lead now. We'll see how aggressive they look to be. Driving in. Little cut here, moved out, and taken away. Egg chase now, still winds up with the Warriors. A little bonk on the head. They'll send her to the penalty area. Waiting for confirmation. There's resets the shot clock. 4 minutes to go. Warriors can drag this down if they desire. Moves in. That one goes low. And giving chase, it will be Warrior Egg. Little cut in here. That one will be scooped up out of the net of Walkema. Now all the way down to midfield. Moved around and it will be recovered now by the Warriors. It's Kins. Oh, the pass in there just lost. Driving in and loses the ball. Turnover cause. Still ends up with the Warriors. 2:51 to go, 57 seconds left on the shot clock now as the Warriors, a slow, steady pace as they look to complete the comeback. Move in here, that one goes around, no good, giving chase, and it will go out of bounds, and it will be Warrior ball. Passing here, going around, back behind the cage. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 2:15 to go in the game, little cut, it's a goal! Another goal for the Warriors, they are now up 2, with 2:14 to go in this one. Faith Donnelly scoring the last 2 of the last 3 goals to put the Warriors up, and now with 2:14 to go, all the Warriors have to do is protect a 2-goal lead. Thanks again for joining us here tonight. Apologies for the technical difficulties at the beginning of the broadcast. First night for us too. And now it's going to be the first night for the Warriors as they look to finish this one off. To start the season 1-0, they had a scrimmage against St. Mary of the Woods. Now it's the Hornets' turn to try to come back. Going to be difficult now as the Warriors get it back. It's poked away into Lexi Ganali's stick. She's played in 2 games last season. Not a lot of difference between game and shot. Out of bounds. It will be Kalamazoo's ball. Thrown towards midfield. The Warriors get the possession back. They can start drowning out the clock. Under a minute to go now. The Hornets not going to let the Warriors go down easily. The pass is out. And it's moved back around. Ricky has it now. She gives it up. Over to Farrell. Farrell almost lost, and it will be a hold. And it gives the ball back momentarily to the Hornets, giving chase. The egg is on the ground, and it's going to rattle into the stick of Doyle. Doyle going, passes it over. One-timer is too wide. The clock runs. It's still Hornets ball, but a death nail there as that one's poked away. 5 seconds to go. Time slowly winding down, and that will do it. The Warriors come back into this one. They're 1-0 to start the season. What a night to get us started. And thanks so much for joining us. Lots more lacrosse to come, but so far, it's the Warriors 1-0. Carson Watkins joining you tonight. We'll see you next time on SummitStateSports.com.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. goes by many names: business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
You're busy. You expect to say no sometimes. But what you didn't expect was a chance to